stream so badly. So we'll see. It's very random. Minimize that.
Robotics Bay almost done. Only they get to see some Colossus a little bit. Actually, this is pretty much a normal timing, I feel like. You're the Protoss player, but I feel like this is pretty normal. A scan goes down, and it sees everything but the Robotics Bay, which he's placed down at his natural instead of his main. But I think that he might have seen it with Hellions beforehand. I'm not really sure. We're going to have a bio ball moving out across the field. This is actually a relatively strong bio ball. No upgrades on it quite yet. Only one +1 attack, halfway finished. This Colossus will be out as well in time to deal with this push, but with a third down, his army has got to be in position to defend, because if they're not, Stim Bio is just going to snipe this and leave for nothing.
It would be absolutely terrible. He is going to load up a single medevac there. Just so you know, my stream is back live. Bad Luck said much better. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully, I didn't lose too many of my viewers. I went from 8 down to 4. That makes me sad, but that's okay. Hopefully they will return.
Sometimes it doesn't update correct. Sometimes it doesn't update right away.
Gotcha.
So,
Concoctus is not pro enough. Concoctus, you need to go ahead and put a little bit more pro in your coffee in the mornings. And it looks like he probably this third is going to finish, and there's no cancel. He tried. He selected it.
He got the pylon first for the warp in, and now there's a drop in the main. He needs to micro them both, but he's going to snipe this. He needs to get out of there because the Colossus is going to really screw up his day. One force field, not the best. A little bit late on the force field.
I think that second force field was queued
up. And
up.
now, with the units in the main, he's going to snipe the Stalker bodyguards for these probes, and they have to all be pulled. This is a brilliant play by Overspeedy.
Absolutely devastating. Losing all of that mining time, losing the third base. Of course, there's no third yet for Overspeedy, so he's not completely out of this game yet, Concoctus that is, and he will hold off this push as that medevac escapes, but really, really putting Overspeedy far, far in the lead now. This drone, this probe is just sitting here with a mouthful of minerals, and he doesn't even know what to do, man. He's seen some things. He has seen it all. He came down to he just wanted to return those minerals, and then everything around him exploded, and he was the only one left alive. So he is probably going to have a little bit of post-traumatic stress, and that's okay. Protoss has doctors for that. He has a little supply block now on this other Colossus. He wants to make this Twilight Council, but of course, it's only about halfway done. He'll probably be getting, I believe, let's see. Yeah, he's got Colossus Stalker, so he'll probably get blinked. Needs a second starport, and still no. Okay, there's the command center for Overspeedy.
Florencio asking a Dark Templar. Holy shit! Pretty nice. That should be pretty nice. Maybe switch to some Archons later, but and he's got a drop in the main. He might snipe this tech. He might stop it before it's done. This blink tech.
And look at this. The third is going to be under attack once again. The entire army was pulled to stop this. The blink tech will go down.
Away.
The medvac will escape, and the third, of course,
loses the third. Brilliant.
He did actually get the cancel on that. I saw the 300 minerals floating away. If somebody, I believe I saw that, but I'm not 100% sure. And then we do have this army for Concoctus, but he is just falling further and further behind, and there's not really a lot he can do for Vikings now. Terran Harass is so strong, it's so mobile.
I apologize, I didn't mean to talk over you. I just feel like I need to emphasize. He's behind, but when you're behind, what do you do?
Well, I've watched some games, and I think I heard that you Dark Shrine.
Dark Shrine, and see, he was preparing for that earlier. He didn't even get the pylon, but he pulled the army back.
All right, better split here, but there's so many units at the front. Colossus gets focused down almost immediately. All of these stalkers will die.
Oh, I didn't do that attack justice, but it was so cool because he dropped and just kind of poked the pylon a little bit, and he's going to scan on this army. And does he have scans though? He has 4 Dark Templars. It doesn't even matter.
I hear them. He's pulling them in, but they're actually being focused now. Dark Templar going to work at the bottom end of this, but GG from Concoctus. He knew that there wasn't much he could do.
Oh yeah, but I feel like my observing didn't do that last bit justice, because I want to emphasize exactly how good that play was by Overspeedy. He dropped in the main, and he brought a Colossus, which is Miss Micro probably, but it was the Colossus and 4 Stalkers back into the main and split the army a little bit. And Concoctus, it was good. It was a really fun game to watch. And Concoctus knows what he's talking about with the Dark Shrine. But the big thing was that split of the army was just a little bit off, and so when Overspeedy moved forward, he could just kill everything. He almost got that Colossus, and just by moving back, it didn't deal that as much damage as it possibly could have. And then it was over. It was really brilliant play.
Because absolutely, if he hadn't split that army quite as severely as he did, he would have probably been able to at least hold the push off with less losses than he took. But this is actually going to be a Masters versus Masters TVZ. Yes, TVZ. And I think this is one of the few matches we haven't really seen much of today, so this should be an awesome game. I'm going to go ahead and grab these introductions. We have Ace as the blue Zerg in the top right corner. He is 17-9 in observers with a 65.4% win rate, and of course, like I said, he is a Masters League player. And Overspeedy as the light purple Terran. He is in the bottom left. He's been winning the last game there with a very, very good harass, and he is 2-2 in observers with a 50% win rate. Also, either Diamond or Masters player.
And it should be live. If you want to see the player cam for Ace, go to his stream. You see it right there, 7th Ace. Twitch.tv/7th Ace, that is to say. He streams quite a bit from what I understand, and he's really good. So give him a shout, check him out, follow him, and also follow Florencio, who also streams. And I believe that we have one other streamer. I'm sorry if I'm missing your name in the chat. I think maybe Kakaka streams. I'm not exactly sure, but in any case, Master versus Master is something that you always like to see two. Okay, thanks for the Shock does. Shock streams. Check out Shock stream.
Florencio streams. I believe Bad Luck also streams as well. So
yeah, Florencio also streams as well. I'm sorry if I didn't.
So we just got a party full of streamers right now, and it's never, you can't have a good party without streamers.
This is Command Center first. This is nice. Command Center first, and then with the pool.
We actually had the 14 pool, and then 15 hatch. I believe will be what we see from Ace.
And that's gonna be a nice safe build. A little bit of pressure probably going to be put on by, not pressure, that's not the right word, but the Zerglings going to be coming out a little earlier than they would otherwise, I think, with that 14 pool. But at the same time, it's going to be pretty easily defensed, I believe. This is not a terrible place to defend against. And honestly, this command center doesn't necessarily even have to get up right away. It can even turn into orbital command. Put a couple SCVs in here first because he's not going to be saturated by the time that's finished anyway. Hatch comes down for Ace. Nothing really crazy going down. Extractor for Ace as well. Going to see some speed coming down. So not as far into the future.
Pretty much all standard at this point. We had, like you said earlier, the command center first. A little bit of a supply block actually on this queen. It's pretty unfortunate, but the Overlord will pop out now. Extractor is going to go ahead and get that mining gas started up. And looks like this command center will be finishing up right now. Will he lift it or make it into an orbital first? Go ahead and upgrade that to the orbital. Got the marine on the way and the second refinery. So we do have a little bit more gas from Overspeed coming out, and we'll see exactly what he plans to do with that. Probably I would
sandwiches, man. We need some sandwiches.
Man, I've got everybody hooked on sandwiches. I'm sorry. I'll see what I can do. He sounds like a stoner. And we actually, what will this be from Overspeed? Probably, yeah, I was going to say Hellion harass with that double gas.
Well, I mean, with double gas, though, you don't really need that for the Hellions, obviously, because you're, the Hellions don't actually use any gas, so I feel like he's going to be...
Hellions not need gas?
No, it's just 100 minerals.
I'm so bad at this game, once again.
Well, it helps when you play Terran for that though. But also, I think that the gas is still very important because I feel like it's going to be a 1-1-1 behind this expansion.
Right, because a lot of times you get the Banshees behind the Hellions.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll see the Hellions at the front likely, and I want to believe that there'll be some Banshee follow up behind us. We'll find out for sure. There's a starport, and I bet this bear's going to get up and then make a tech lab right next to this factory, and we'll see this coming soon. But this positioning of this bunker is nice, but it doesn't cover this entire expansion. So this is a lot of lings, and if he can micro this pretty well, then this won't do a lot of damage. But I don't know. I feel like if these lings just went over and put pressure on these workers, that'd be a nice play. Look at all these lings on the field. I just missed all these things being made. This is a lot.
Huge amount of lings coming across here. So let's take a look at the unit station. That is 22 lings on the field. So he's definitely wants to be aggressive with this. But these, check this out. The Hellions actually coming out to meet these lings just before the reinforcements came. Such a close play. But look at this. He's actually got these.
Speed's done right now. And now they can get surrounded.
If he pushes out too far, and he will, they're just barely getting a chance to pull back. Here comes the second wave of Lings, but there's another couple of Hellions. That one may get surrounded. And
that was so good.
Over Speedy, you're giving me a heart attack, man. I thought you were gonna lose so many drones there, but just barely. Ouches all around. Man, Dat Supply Depot Micro. Florencio's got a boner. He doesn't know what to do with it. Man.
And this cloaked Banshee harass with the Hellion harass is going to be really, really nice. Do we have an Evo chamber? We don't have an Evo chamber. We just have Queens. We don't have a layer quite yet.
He will be denying this third as well. Check that out.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful play. And honestly, it was a little bit of bad luck and a little bit of a missed micro on Ace's part, because you went in a little too far against those Hellions, and I feel like if you waited outside, then maybe Overspeed would have brought him out, but who knows? If you just sat back there, it might have, it's hard to say at this point, but it's, I don't think that he should have gone all the way up the ramp, because you can't count on your opponent to make that mistake. But that being said, that's not a huge critique against him, because he's a Masters player much better than me. So I'm just giving my opinion of what might have gone wrong there.
Now, this Banshee's been scouted by about 75 of these Overlords, and so he will know that that's happening. I think, let's see, we got the Roach Swarm, we've got the Layer Tech. So, did you say there was no Evolution Chamber yet, correct? So he's only got the Queens to hold this off. I don't know if he understands that there's going to be Cloak with this push as well. Ling's all getting roasted at the natural for Overspeedy, and he continues to take just a larger and larger lead in this game.
That's shock. Pentagon, you're killing me. You're killing me, man.
I literally had to like almost mute my mic, because once you made the tits are lactating joke, I almost lost it. And look at this, he's going to actually be denying this third one more time. If he doesn't cancel it, will be in trouble. And he will be forced to cancel after that fire comes in from those Hellions. So just more and more damage being done. No third yet being able to be put up for Ace. Making some roaches to counter these Hellions. And the Overseer, I believe, should be in production if there's not one done already for these Banshees.
Ace still only has these 2 Queens out, and I think, maybe, well, does he have 3 out? He has 4 out, so that just made a lot of anti-air, but there's no Overseer yet. We're gonna lose 1 Queen already, and that's relatively big. Overseer's being morphed now, but if he was picked out the anti-air, all the Queens might die, and then there's no Spore Crawlers.
Two Queens in the way, but oh my goodness, these are doing so much damage. There was no Evo Chamber on the field, so he only has these Queens, and of course the Banshee DPS is so high. Third Banshee coming in. Ace is gonna just have to GG. Banshee's doing the job, and what a good game, man. Some great harass. That was the worst game I've played.
Man, I feel like I feel you, Ace. Man, I feel you, but it's rough. It's really rough, but it's hard to say. I think that it was just really the Lings. Obviously, you know what it is better than I do, but early on, that huge swell of Lings, I feel like I don't know. You might have got him in the surround on that first Hellion. That might have made a difference too.
And here we go. It's gonna be Dr. Nublet versus Mr. Neuters.
I got you, Speedy. Well, hopefully you have a good day, because I believe it is morning there, so good morning to you. And hopefully you had fun playing on the stream. It's always good having you, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Playing some awesome games for us. Glad that you could come by and check it out, and I'll let you take the introductions on this one.
Alright, in the bottom left-hand corner we have it playing as the, I'm going to call that magenta. I don't know if that's magenta.
Magenta is much more of a purple. I'm calling it a light purple.
Yeah. Light purple, that's probably better. We have that at Nubla, he's tearing. He is 159 and 151 in 1v1 Obs. He says he's Grandmaster. I don't actually think that's true, but I have no idea. 52.3% win-loss ratio in the top right-hand corner. I think this is his first game on 1v1 Obs that we've casted. This is somebody we know in real life. Rimp Neuters dropping the spawning pool, and we have a 6th pool coming immediately out of Rimp Neuters playing as the Green Zerg, and I don't think this is actually going to do any damage.
This is, of course, classic Neuters. He sometimes, man, he just gets a little ramp and he gets a little sour, and he has to drop that 6 pool because he thinks he's going to win the game with it. But of course, Rimp Neuters is, I believe, a Silver League still. Has he gotten a gold yet? No, he is gold. Now that I think about it. So, but he's going against a Diamond/Masters player, so it's going to be, there's not really much of a chance to try to outplay him in the macro. So he's going to go ahead and try something a little cheesier, a little more on the mozzarella side, if you will. 4 lings in production. Probably going to see the other 2 coming out as soon as he hits that 50.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. It's got to be. Yep. And if Dr. Nublet goes super ballsy, if he goes super ballsy and doesn't finish this wall until this barracks is done, well, actually, I think that even if this is done, this wall should be done. This wall should be finished.
This wall is going to get done. He's just going to drop the supply depot right there, and then he's going to be fine.
Yeah, there it is. Wait.
What? He's not going to actually finish it?
No.
I don't honestly,
he's going for the. He's got it. He sees it now. He's got to pull. He's got to build it right now. He brings the supply depot down.
He doesn't even need to worry about it, man. He's not even upset.
Got it. No.
He's not even upset, man. Look, drone drill. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is drone drill. It's only 4 lings. Look at this. Marine's done. All the lings go down. I think he lost a total of no workers at all. No workers killed.
That's. Look at these lings. Like, okay, time to go back home.
And the command center drops for Dr. Nublet. He's a little sour about life, man, right now. Oh my gosh, that was not. That was about the least cheesy you can get your cheese. That's just all he just left the milk out, man. Like that's not even worth calling cheese. He's just a little sour. Rimp Neuters with a lull. Gonna go ahead and try to do a whole lot of nothing. I think he's gonna try to drone. Maybe. He's got about 300 minerals, so maybe he'll actually try to
expand. He had 6 pool. We had a 6 pool here on the cast. He should just expand. I mean, that's.
Man, you were high off your ass, is what you were, and that's fine. Because I don't judge your life choices.
I'm not judging.
So, Rimp Neuters will be going ahead and taking this drone out. He's gonna be a hero. He should have matched GG Lords, and then it got nuked with Terran 1 supply army, nothing big. Pentagon giving him the quick rundown. And
I'm sorry about that spoiled, rotten, stanky cheese. The cheese has gone way too bad, and there's almost nothing he can do from this far behind. In reality, unless Dr. Nublet, this guy's, and we have a proxy ninja hatch.
Right there at Dr. Nublet's, almost close to his main.
I guess really, he probably wouldn't take that location for his third. Now I look at it, I forgot this is not Cloud Kingdom. This is Dave.
Corrigand mentioning on the stream, basic simple strat. Everyone knows that you wait for 6 Zerglings, never just send in 4. 6 will win, 4 will end in death, and we have seen that more to be the case with this very game. And of course, we've got this sneaky hatchery. And honestly, all this hatchery did was put him even further behind. Because it's not like Dr. Nublet doesn't have a command center of his own right there.
Oh, wait, I know. Well, he's just going to use it for the larva and spawning them closer, but even then, it's not going to... It's like he doesn't have the economy to support it, so...
If he finds that hatchery, that would be bad news. Told you he would expand everywhere. More drones coming out. Roach Warren in production, just now finishing up for Mr. Neuters. He's got his gas saturated, so it looks like he's going to try to tech and switch to roaches. But yeah, the Terran, honestly, could just be like, you know what? I think I'm done with this game. Going to go ahead and win it. Run across the map, shoot everything up with those guns, and then go back home. Call it a day.
Like this is so far done that there is no word in the vocabulary describing exactly how done this is.
I think the word you're looking for is actually burnt. It was left in the oven for much too long. And it's black on the bottoms and on the top. The oven's on fire, and I don't even see a fire extinguisher nearby. Rimp Neuters is burnt, man.
These 2 roaches are going to save the day.
Done like your bowl.
This one. Look at this guy. Look at these guys.
And we've got all the drones coming. We've got the roaches coming. We've got the queens coming. There goes my hero, Pentagon, singing it in his head. I can hear the music now. And it looks like we're going to see, I think we've called it this before, an all-in.
Yeah, it is an all-in, but look, he's still mining this gas, so you never know.
He's got one drone at home, and you know what they say? All you need is a drone and a chair and a dream.
And he's actually not even going to attack yet. He's just going to sit here with his drone selected and think about what this means. He's going to sit there and have a powwow with his army, pep talk, make sure they know what they're getting themselves into.
He's got to wait for that queen to come on down. And he's gonna go ahead and huddle up. He's probably gonna inject here because, you know, why wouldn't you? That hatchery is just asking for it. No, he won't. Gonna use it for that. Coach is always late.
And now, look, the queen is just slowly.
Dr. Nooble's gonna take this one Marine to go scout exactly what's going on. He will be instantly murdered by the roaches. So much trolls, says Shockfist. The drones are gonna. My fifth grade teacher.
And look, I'm so glad the queen is in this fight.
I was gonna say he made the fatal mistake of not bringing the queen. He can't transfuse the drones, and there's no way that he could have held that off without the transfuse on those drones.
Transfuse. I'm gonna call it transfuse.
Dr. Nooblet with a what? A little confused there. And honestly, I think Dr. Nooblet's probably just gonna have to GG at this point. He's so behind. He doesn't.
He's gonna see this base. He's not gonna kill the base. You gotta kill the base.
GG from Dr. Nooblet. Maybe Feely will get lucky and GG or
just left the game.
Feely Whitby has left the game trick.
It's over. It's over. And
Rip Noodles is victorious because Dr. Nooblet.
And he wins.
And like I said, Dr. Nooblet's gonna have to go ahead and drop Rip Noodles. This will actually force Rip Noodles to play another game.
Get out of there, Billy.
He can't actually get out, I don't think. Can he?
Oh, he's stuck.
He's actually stuck. He'll be forced to play another game.
Oh no!
The two masters of cheese.
Okay, so... Oh, man.
So far, undefeated. Remp didn't leave. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He tricked him. He got him. And now Remp, with a 100% win rate in Obs, he is a 1-0 so far on a 1-win streak. He's literally won every single game he's ever played. Typing in, has left the game once again. Florencio in the top right as our Orange Protoss. 1-3 so far. He keeps resetting his stats in Obs for some reason. Bronze League, that's all false. He's Diamond or Platinum, I believe. And we're going to go into this game.
Yeah, just a little bit of a scheduling announcement for those who are often on the stream. We don't really have any like set schedule or anything, but on Friday night and Saturday until the evening time, I'm not sure when, both Jacob, McDominate, and I, we have a retreat to go to for our fraternity, and so we will not be able to stream because we won't be here. But we'll see you later over Speedy, but we will let you know when we are streaming via, well, you should get a notice on your Twitch. We should be streaming tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow. Renter's there with the 12 pool, so no super big macro play there. 12 pool pretty early.
It's Talk Cap Epsilon, man. Talk Cap Epsilon.
Indeed, it is.
Ripping those Greek letters, man.
Man, what? Broing out real hard.
See you later. It's always good to have you on here. Yeah, sure. Well, we did that a little bit earlier, and hopefully that was fun. But we probably will do that again.
Oh yeah.
Chi-Fi, man. Good shit. We actually don't have any because we're a really small university, so we only have IFC fraternities. He's gold, but this is not what he does standard. Although I would imagine that what he's going to do is some kind of he's doing a Ling Flood kind of build. I'm not really a Zerg expert, so Ace knows better than me in this, and I think probably every single one of you knows better than me on this particular thing. But what he's going to do is he's probably going to get a hatch in the low ground, and let's see, tell you over the weekend. Check out Ace and Shock, and there's still streams.
There are streams if you're enjoying the community that we've got here so far.
By the way, like we have a cannon rush attempt while Room Neuters is trying to do what I consider a relatively cheesy build. And what he's going to do is he's going to try to get an expansion to the low ground, and what he's not going to realize is that there'll be cannons there already.
And there will be indeed.
Down. But yeah, with the Zerg, what he'll do, he'll build a second hatchery, but he won't use it for any mining. He'll just make a lot of... Actually, no.
Actually, no. We're going to actually see the Roach Warren here coming out for Rimp Neuters. So it looks like it actually will be a one-base Roach timing push.
Yeah. And I missed the timing on that, but I feel like it's a little off.
No, this may actually be a little bit late, just a smidgen, but I think what he's going to do is try to make 6 or 7 roaches and just rush the front. And honestly, Florencio only going to have one cannon. He's got the cannon here at the main, or at the natural of Rimp Neuters. So all Rimp Neuters really has to do is make these roaches and then just run to the other side of the map and win the game.
7 roach rush, and he's going to be able to follow this up with lings. And this will actually... I think it should end the game. It just depends on what Florencio is doing, because he has no way of making any units.
Yeah, 7 Roach Rush should hit earlier. It's a little bit late because he's not the greatest in terms of his mechanics.
I feel like he changed his mind on something, because I've seen him do this build before, and what he usually does is he does the extractor trick, and then no, it's fine, and he'll still win with it.
I actually don't think Florencio scouted this. I don't believe that those cannons were in range. And honestly, the cannon rush for Florencio may backfire on him completely, because now he's only got one cannon at the front here, and that's it. Those rushes will take that down no problem.
Look at this proxy cannon over here next to the 3rd location. It's kind of weird.
This could be GG.
I think
okay,
yeah. I know, but the thing is, now the cannons are being made, but they're too late.
Wait, Rimp Neuters, what are you doing? He's going to check the 3rd.
What's he doing?
Look, 4 cannons. 4 cannons are in production now, and they're gonna finish. They're gonna finish before he gets there. He thought he was
barely in time.
He's not. Yeah, but he's not gonna be able to kill them. Before he would have had plenty of time.
Cannon. No, he's gonna. There's another pylon. Get the cannon.
He can't decide what he wants to attack, and now all of these cannons are gonna finish. You can never count Florencio out of the game. He's always able to pull something out.
So the killer, Miss Micro.
It looks like I think what he wanted to do is wait on these wings, but now there's too many cannons. They're all punching him right in the face, and there's no way he's gonna be able to get up into this base.
He's staying in the back of the base. He's gonna try to run into the main?
I think that's what he's gonna try to do. He can't.
Position.
I can't believe it. He just needed to go straight.
This is...
literally, he lost the game. He lost the game because he didn't run forward and ran around. That may be the silliest thing.
I feel like he could look at his minerals and his gas. He could still make a bunch of roaches and just charge at this. Or look at his minerals. I mean, he has enough for expansions. This Cybernetic is so far behind, and Florencio is only on 1 base still. The most money is in cannons.
Well, I really don't know what he's going to do. He's trying to expand. He's going to go ahead and take that one out there, but there's already a probe by Florencio there ready to cannon rush this base as well. There's a cannon at every single base now, taking that second gas.
Is it in sight?
I don't think so. I don't think this probe can actually see it yet, but he'll see it as soon as the creep finishes, but by then it'll be too late. And let's see, we do see the Stargate coming out, and if Rimp Neuters doesn't have anything prepared...
With Void Rays, yeah. Yeah, and there's a double expand, but he's going to see at least one at some point really soon, and then once he sees the second one, I don't really know. How much production can he support on a Stargate with only 1 base? Can he continue continuously making Void Rays?
Yeah, he can make Void Rays all day long as he makes just one at a time.
Oh man, he lost all the units blocking the back of the 3rd.
That Stalker pulled all of the units out and then pulled them into the cannon. So Florencio will probably try to take an expansion here. If not, he'll just make these Void Rays and attempt to win the game with that. Double expansion from Rimp Neuters, but I don't know, man. He does have the Evo Chambers up, though, so if he scouts these Void Rays, he may get Spore Callers up in time. The Cannon Rush now coming for Florencio at the bottom, near the hatchery that's almost done for Rimp Neuters.
And that'll come just in time, just barely in time, and that should theoretically end the base. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to attack that with no. There's a stalker there too, so he'll lose that almost certainly. He has no other units on the. He has no units on the map actually, except through these 2 links. And I just, I don't know what Rim Noodles was trying to do, but he's building spore crawlers. Is he doing this blind?
I believe so. I don't think that he's seen any indication there are void rays, so he might just be suspecting it, which isn't a bad play, just because it's based on Florencio's crazy playstyle.
But still, he doesn't see the base. Is this envision? No, it's not. But
yeah, a big flood of roaches.
So this is the weirdest thing. But the workers for Rim Noodles are so far behind. His economy is so. He very well may still be listening to the stream because he's trolling like a troll. But at the same time, even if he's listening to the stream, he's so far behind, and I just don't know what he can possibly do to try to bring it in.
Right. Florencio's got this one void ray. Corrigan, who's been watching my stream, watching this has actually made his eyes bleed. So I apologize for the emotional trauma there. Didn't mean to actually cause you any kind of bleeding out of any of your orifices, and I apologize for that, man.
Nublet wants me to say on the stream that Rip Neuters is a stupid head. So you're a stupid head if you're still listeing. Stupid head.
You big stupid head. I'd be inclined to agree.
Also, the bottom base was scouted.
And it's being cannon rushed. Dude, hey.
Oh my god.
Lol, BM Mendo, so BM.
Dude. He's a big, fat doo-doo head, and I shouldn't ban him.
Ban Mendo. I'm actually a mod on Mendo's stream, so I will go ahead and ban him. And look at that, we actually have 8 spore crawlers now being made in the main for Rent Neuters, as well as these roaches. You just rose to the list above Hitler. That was uncalled for.
Oh, I apologize. I'm working on my anger, man. My anger, man.
Last time I heard, he was actually partied up with Kitten Kicker, aka Puppy Puncher, and they went on a squirrel rampage where they just took their big trucks and killed anything that they saw that was fuzzy and lovable in sight. He's completely out of control. Next, you'll probably hear about him mincing moles, or maybe even raping some roaches, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. That's more of a personal choice.
I'm just saying, in a game, speaking slightly seriously, in a game, a lot of times the production tab can give you a nice indication of who is doing more at any given point in time. And over the course of the last several minutes, you can just see that there's just more going on for Florencio. Terminator's no economy. He's made all of his drones into spore crawlers. So he has, like, look at the damage that these void rays did. These void rays, this one has 5 kills, right? This one has 5. This one has 2. Besides the kills, they have 1 base, and then this was killed by a cannon rush. They got the 1 base. And then they forced like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna say forced because I'm assuming he's listening. 7 worker kills, more or less. Because if he never goes in and fights those spores, they're just as good as worker kills. Right.
Yeah. Pentagon. If you didn't notice, Dr. Nublet actually GG'd out of that last game because he was so terribly behind after killing everything that Rent Neuters had that he had to leave. It's pretty bad. Phoenixes are gonna actually get a chance to see everything on the inside of that base. Void Ray's attempting to stay charged up, but I don't...
Watch this, they're gonna hit the Hydra and they're gonna be out of range.
not a single spore crawler in range to protect that Hydra den. No Hydras are actually in production because of that nasty supply block. GG from Root Neuters.
GG from Root Neuters. Dr. Noob explaining that crazy game he had last game with Root Neuters, who has been knocked off of his throne. He's been dethroned. And now we have Cocotus. I think it's Cocotus, man.
What did I say? Cactus? Lols. I like Cactus.
Rim Neuter. Fist him?
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, if that's what you do, that's
so it's
okay.
Is it Cactus or Cocotus?
Definitely Cocotus. I added some letters and I flipped around some things to make it a little more lolsy.
With the shocker. The shocker! We're gonna see this game. Feely, I hope that you were watching you were listening to the last game because you're a big fat duty head.
You are indeed. The biggest of duty heads. We actually have one. Okay, CXAA has wandered into my stream. Hello, hello. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. We've just been kind of playing some rather for fun obs games and casting what we see. It's been a good time. So I hope you're watching and enjoying. And we're gonna go ahead and move into this game. We've got Kakaktis or Kokotis, however you want to say it, as the pink Protoss player in the top right. He is 11 and 18 in observers. He says he's in Bronze League. I believe he is actually Platinum. And in the bottom left, we have Shockfist, the purple Terran. He is 0 and 5 in the observers. He actually is in Silver League, recently promoted. He's beating the Grandmaster. I was there. I saw it. It was a free-for-all. He beat a Grandmaster, Diamond, and Platinum player at the same time. And they got the nickname of the 700-pound man, and it's all muscle. And he'll punch you with that fist, and you'll just lose the game, man. That's just how it works.
I feel like you want to know how you were. It was pretty funny, but I mean, I have to believe you were listening at some point or watching at some point because you built those spores blind, man.
No,
you had no information to build those spores off of, bro.
So we've got Kokotis over here. We're just chronoing out these probes. Nothing.
I don't think that. I don't know that. Oh no. Okay, no. He says that he wasn't. He says that our other friends were just sitting there yelling at him to do things, which makes sense. But well, yeah, exactly. But I don't know that he was or he wasn't. I'm not in the same thing. But apparently his friends were like, you need to put spores. Build spores right now. You need to build spores. You're gonna go Void Rays or blah blah blah. I have no idea.
And just to point this out about the game.
Actually, I believe that he was not actually stream cheating. I believe that he wasn't. He just was listening to his friends. But
yeah, don't get us wrong though. He is definitely still a doo-doo head. And we actually have Shockfist with the early gas, but it's not quite saturated yet. Only one SCV in there, so it looks like he's trying to do at least a little bit of something with that gas. Kokotis sees everything though.
This is one thing that I believe we've seen Shock do before, and not as saturated. But generally he gets these 3 racks first, and then tries to get an expansion after he has 3 barracks continuously producing.
Right.
With a tech lab and a reactor, and I don't know that he has an add-on to the other one.
And there is the 3rd barracks, just like you said. It's honestly, guys, it's just because he's a lower league and he doesn't feel comfortable with kind of the ballsy or economic builds. Because at his league, if somebody does something, cheesy, you'll just lose if you don't have the defense required. So that's how come he's just kind of got it ingrained that he needs these barracks before he can push out. And this probe is actually going to get chased all day long.
He just needs to micro these Marines a little bit and cut them off, and they'll get it.
He's actually going to have none of that. Engineering bay, actually. Hero probe is going to die for Kokotis. 2nd gateway now being made.
He saw the NG bay. He saw it. So is it Planetary Fortress Rush? No. I don't think it's Planetary Fortress Rush. It'd be cool if we saw it, but probably actually, to speak honestly, I think that this is for upgrades. I think he's going to do this to try to get some earlier 1-1.
Right. And Dr. Noodle said he used to do 3 racks all the time. I mean, it feels safe. Like internally, you're just like, yeah, I have all these barracks. I can do it now. And it works against Diamond players when I was in Gold. Man, I will tell you the worst thing ever is when you're in Diamond and you get placed and then you play a Gold and they win. It feels bad, man.
The 3 racks. There was a 3 racks coming for the longest time. And I did it with a starport. You get an early medevac, and then you just do like a drop with 2 or 3 medevacs. I love a 3 medevac timing push because a lot of times in the lower leagues, there's just not a lot of defense in the main, and so even if you don't like kill them, you'll get workers for sure. But at a certain point, the 1 rank special expand becomes a lot more efficient, and I feel like that's a better play. But at this level, this is not bad. Like I think you should make a starport right now. And now he's saturated on all these, I think, yeah. And now with this base, he could really...
Actually, a little bit supply blocked here, so he's not going to be able... He's going to go ahead and do that supply call down to continue making the Marines and everything else out of his barracks that he's got here. Command Center about halfway done for him. And then Kokotis over here just teching right on up to that Robo and 3-gate. Pretty standard play against the Terran.
And we can look at the income tab, and we see a 10 worker lead for Kokotis already done, and that's actually pretty significant at this point because we only have one orbital command, and typically we've noticed. And this remind me to tell Shock this as soon as he gets out of the game, but he needs to make this an orbital command right away because he's making this a little bit too late. And the reason why this isn't working very well for him at this level is because, and it's not really fair because I feel like Kokotis is a little bit higher up in him in terms of overall gameplay than skill.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he's 2 leagues ahead. So that's...
the reason why, just to explain why this doesn't work, is because you've dedicated all this money to having an army and having all this like a little bit of a higher tech, and then you delay the attack significantly. So what needs to happen is that this base needs to happen as you're attacking, because you need to do damage with this in order to be on the same footing, because they're going to do a macro play at higher levels. And so you either have to commit to doing some kind of damage, double forge coming out from Kokotis, or you need to just go ahead and macro yourself and use a superior macro on your end.
And if you take a look here, I mean, you can take a look at the army supply. Excuse me, that was control. It is in Shockfist's favor. He's 18 to 13. He's got the Marines and the Marauders. The DPS is there. If he was to actually just attack this Pulsary army that Kakakis has head on, I mean, he'd win. Like, those sentries don't do any damage, and he's only got 3 stalkers.
He has +1 attack, and I think that he has, but he doesn't have stim. He doesn't have combat shields. So I think that one needs to, like, just if Shock, if you go back and watch this, stim. If you're gonna go for an early attack, combat shields first, man. Combat shields first all day, every day. But here you have enough for both, so grab them both. And then, I mean, it's just, you know, it just.
I don't think he's even listening. I think he just said that because I think he normally uses the stream.
The one thing that I would say is that because he's supply blocked. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
He's supply blocked again. But you know, I feel like also Shockfist is psyching himself out a little bit because he knows that this guy is a little bit higher up than him in league. But look at this situation that he's in. That now he's going to be in trouble because the Colossus is coming out. But if he had attacked with this a couple minutes ago, it wouldn't have been as bad because he has these stalkers back to try to defend from some kind of drop play.
Because now all of these sentries all have absolutely full energy just about, so they'll have all the force fields that they want. And it does kind of, I have to agree with you. When you know you're playing against someone who's better than you feel so much more pressure, like that you have to you know, win or something like that. Just like you said, it kind of gets in your head. And I still get supply block too, man. So that's not even the biggest of deals. It's just at the end of the day.
Even pros get supply blocked every now and then.
And the Kokotis actually has the observer here over this base, and he will see everything that is going on over here for Team Shockfist. Shockfist is going to go ahead and drop another couple of barracks. This one is queued up. He's got a couple of idle SCVs as well. He needs to go ahead and get those guys back to work. As opposed to, because he's got all these buildings queued up, that's actually just money being wasted. You don't need to queue up buildings if you can help it. You just need to grab more SCVs and use them. And it looks like Kokotis is going to be comfortable to just take a third.
And now Kokotis is going to have 1-1, and it's going to be matching the upgrades of his Terran opponent. The armory is just barely going to get done, and there's no second NG bay. So,
Dr. Newbert,
I do that shit too, especially with supply depots, man. I'll queue up supply depots in Diamond. So
supply depots are kind of interesting because the way that it works is you'll need another one right as the old one finishes, so it works itself out. But you know, when you're queuing up like barracks and starports and that kind of a thing, you've already paid for it because you put the building on the ground, but it's not being built. So it's just kind of, it's like money that you take away that you're not getting return on.
It's just kind of like you're not actually losing money, but you're losing the opportunity to use that money efficiently because it's like I'm trying to figure out an analogy for this, but I can't think of one that's appropriate. Suffice it to say, and actually, will this observer see this? Yeah, absolutely, he'll see this drop.
Yes.
It's got to.
I'm not 100% sure, but just so we know, we've got Zeth back in my chat. He was playing last night. Just gonna give him a little bit of a shout out. He said he really enjoys the cast, and I appreciate it. Make me feel all fuzzy inside.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
And Zeth, this is Alex, the co-caster I was talking about last night. His power has come back on, and we're just casting up some obs, man. So I hope you enjoy the stream.
If you want to hit my stream up over on the other end, my stream is, I'm actually in his, but if you go and look at twitch.tv/the Mendo Kusei. It's kind of hard to spell, but if you can look
I'll
at the
type it in the chat for you.
yeah, you can go ahead and go there. There'll be times where if my power goes out or if his power goes out, it'll be the cast will go on to the other stream, and we stream at the same time. So even if you're not listening to my side, if you want to have 2 cams on the same game, you can always do that as well. Or if you don't, it's whatever, man. It doesn't matter. But also check out Ace and some other people on our stream. You just poke around and in the different chats, you can find lots of cool people who stream and also end up in his games. But that being said, Shock trying to make up for the fact that he's a little behind with this double expansion. And honestly, this is just going to come down to macro. He doesn't have, and he's got this double drop. But does he have the APM to do this? This third base is really exposed.
Absolutely, it is. There's actually no defense at this third base. Warp Prism is actually going to move out for Kokodas, so he's got the same thing in mind, but the double drop is actually about to hit. It looks like Shockfish has got everything.
Stop right here, and now the Army's got to move.
The Army will actually be pulled down.
He splits it right in half. That
Look
was
at that.
Absolute right in there. He needs to pick up and go run away. He's going to lose his Army because he's microing his other side. He needs to save the Army, but meanwhile, he's taking out a lot of workers. If he loses his entire Army, though, is this worth it? It's hard.
That medevac, pull it out. So the medevac at the bottom end was not pulled away. The other medevacs that Shockfish are doing up here are not being pulled away either. I believe he will lose. Okay, he will save one medevac. He will save one medevac at each drop, and the third is actually about to be under siege from this Warp Prism. But not a bad play, honestly, from somebody. Life lesson we can all learn. Pull out. I absolutely agree with the Pentagon. They should teach StarCraft and sex ed. And here is Kokodas just got shock fisted, but this third will go down if he needs to lift it. He's still just making SCVs out of it, but he's going to try to. There's so many Vikings. The Warp Prism will go down immediately, but he's not repairing it. Repair it! He could have just repaired and saved that base, but just the leagues. You can see them kind of making their mark here.
Look at how sophisticated that drop play was. Even though he could have APM microed it better, overall play was really smart, and it had a lot of thought behind it.
Shockfist, I will say, I see that Shockfist, I personally think he will get better very, very quickly because he's got good game sense. Like, he's got a good idea of what needs to happen. The only thing that he lacks is the mechanics to back that up. So I see that I see him with a little bit of instruction that he could actually be pulling himself out to Gold League here pretty soon, and that'll make me happy to see him.
And it's really cool to see him as a Gold Leaguer because look, even just seeing his game, like he played last week, and he wasn't playing this well.
Absolutely not, and so he's doing better. He's got a little supply block now, and that's okay. Florencio, quit slowing down the game, man. And
he still have a third base. I feel like we should mention because this base went up. But I feel like Dr. Newell had mentioned it before. I'll reaffirm this. The 3-3 is finished for the Protoss, and the Terran is only at 1-2 or 2-1, depending if you want to order.
And he's got what looks to be about 12 gateways are actually done. Pretty big army here for Shockfist, but I don't know if he can really engage it because he's got the Templars here. And I already know that I don't think Shockfist will have the APM to really kite the army like he needs to do.
Get caught out.
Oh no! Shockfist is gonna go check out this third base, I believe, or maybe.
Oh, check out the. Oh.
No, he's gonna check out the third. But the army is coming down now. Concave's pretty good for Shockfist, but the Storms, he's trying to dodge too much move command actually, and the Colossus will go down to the Vikings, but all the rest of the army is just taken out.
And that's actually gonna seal the deal as far as this game. I mean, I don't want to count him out too early, but this is a little bit too much damage. Even though he has all this economy behind this, the army tab should tell the story. It's 87 supply with 3-3 upgrades. 3 who's just getting it, just trying to get +3 armor, and not even getting attack upgrades anymore.
If you needed any more information about where this game was going, just take a look at the supplies. 185 to 105, and no matter how good your upgrades are, or no matter how strong that bio ball is, that supply is going to be the reason that this game ends. Storms, yeah, like you said, Florencio, are so good. This third base will be completely shut down almost immediately. I will say that Shockfist, with the double expand, was a good play to get him back into the game.
It was an absolutely good play, and it's something that, if you're behind, and he was behind you have to be a little bit riskier and a little bit greedier if you want to get back in the game on the macro sensitive, because he was never going to beat Kokotis in a one-on-one fight with his army.
Right, and like Dr. Nubla said, that double drop absolutely would have probably just won him the game in gold, because a gold leader would have boxed their whole army and then just gone down to try to stop the third. But the bio ball is completely trapped. Actually, bad. No storm. I think it was actually a miss micro there. You can see those. Oh, okay, but there's the storm. The Templars actually got A moved in, and it looks like he actually missed the micro on that. But there's the GG. It didn't even matter. The storm wasn't even necessary. Shockfist just getting outplayed because of those skill discrepancies in the leagues. But
I mean, I still cannot get over that double drop, because it was a really good play.
Absolutely fantastic play, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely good shit.
And Pentagon will indeed get it, because Ace has already played a game. I'm just glad I tried out Speedy's double drop. Man, it shocked us. If you're back on the stream again, that was awesome. Like, that would have worked. That drop would have killed a silver or a gold league player. No doubt about it. And also, Zeth has given me his friend code, so that we got a little bit of lag here.
No, it's because I was trying to change my stuff.
I'm going to get a copy paste on your friend code. So let's do this, just so I can have you for later. I'm sorry, my micro just ain't that good for that, man. Honestly, if his micro was on the same level as your micro, that drop would have done an incredible amount of damage. He just split his army really well.
You still did it incredible. You did a really big amount of damage. You killed 30-something odd workers, and that's crazy. You killed that many workers.
Nuts, man.
And also, I feel like I should mention now, I've increased the graphics on my stream to assuage the cries for higher level graphics. So now you can see the little symbols on the Terran command center. See the 54. If you tilt your camera to the side, you can see a 54 on the side of command centers and on all the command centers, every single one. So that's fun. But in any case, what was that view? I missed what you were saying, Ace. Sorry.
Anyhow, we're gonna go ahead.
See, look how pretty this is. Look how pretty this is.
Yeah, it would be pretty if you had better frame rate. I'm kidding. Yours is actually probably fine. But I'm pretty sure I still have better FPS. So don't listen to what he says, guys. It's just a scam. He's trying to get you onto his stream, and then as soon as the engagement happens, he gets one frame per second.
Wait. People on my stream, are you ready? Are you ready? Oh my god, it's so pretty.
I don't know what's going on, because I'm not looking at your stream. I don't believe it. Overlay.
Overlay. Oh.
So.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
Is the key, and also the king simultaneously. Also, out of gonna go ahead and talk about the game now. We have Pentagon as the yellow Terran in the top right versus Kokotis as the pink out in the bottom left. Cybercore going down at a normal time. We have Varus going down at a normal time. Supply depot going. I don't know if I like the supply depot. Supply depot being built for the expansion. I don't know why that is, but he's definitely going to expand. He has too many minerals to do anything else at this point.
I think that's kind of just like what he's used to, because as soon as that pops, he has the money to come down and make that. I think that's probably just how he learned the build, and so that's what he's comfortable doing. But obviously I don't know for sure, but that's just what I would assume.
HD, man, if I did this in like 1080p, actually that would be too much for my computer. It would just kind of explode.
And yes, Dr. Nubla, both of these players are actually mid to high platinum, so this game is going to be very even on skill, which should actually make for a really good game. I'm pretty excited about it, and we got the early expansions coming out at almost exactly the same time for both of our players here, and we'll see during ATP versus ATT we have discovered in platinum Terran.
All things Terran versus all things Protoss is what he's talking about.
Gotcha. I had no idea what that meant. Terran underpowered. I don't believe you. Terran are super strong.
No, well, okay. Here's platinum. Look, we just got out of platinum, and I want to tell you, TVP is hard in platinum. When we were in there, And the reason why is, yeah, exactly. It's just that as a platinum level micro, and I'm gonna preface this all with saying this is not balance one. This is. I'll catch you later, Pentagon.
Wait, Pentagon, like you're leaving, like right now?
Oh no.
No. Pentagon.
No. Well, I'm sorry, Pentagon.
The SCV.
By the way.
Yeah. He was upset because the SCV was dead, and then he was mad, and he was gonna go home.
I feel like I should say, hey Zeth, welcome to my side of the stream. I hope that you like the overlay. But but really,
it's a trap. It's a trap.
No, speaking honestly though about platinum level, mid league TVP. The reason why this is not balanced wine. This is just how it goes. The APM of Terran and the control that you need to use Ghost efficiently against a properly composed Protoss Death Ball is
completely equivalent, and that's what I'm going for.
Well, the difference is between Storm and
Storms are pretty easy to.
It's just different. Like, well, you need like Dr. Nubla. I swear to God, you use Ghost, things get better because you can. If you go back to a game that me and Jacob played a couple days ago, actually, the only reason I lost, well, not the only reason I lost, but one of the main reasons I lost was because I didn't build any Ghosts.
And I will say this, that like Dr. Nubla, it's like you said, Terran are extremely strong in that mid game, and that's something that I have trouble with. Is that I'll die a lot to Terran with some kind of an early aggression or early push.
And just speaking into the game real quick, we have the three gate with Robo with the expansion. Nothing too crazy. This is something Kokotis has done a little bit earlier. You can watch the game. Yeah, absolutely. And it's good to see your games casted. I think I've actually never had my game casted, so I wouldn't know. But I would imagine that it's nice to see what other people are talking about while they're watching the game instead of just trying to do self-analysis, which is also important though.
Right, absolutely. So the scan for Pentagon will see everything that was going on, and he's actually
out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like he's just ready to go for it, man. I believe that Kokotis' army that he's got will have absolutely no problem. Do what? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. He's got this A move that he has queued up. He's just going to go to the near the Zelnaga and then to the third location.
Gotcha.
So this is not a full-on attack. He's just going to try to do some examination of the third location.
So he's got nice little run there. And once again, Kokotis scanning to get an idea of what kind of army he's going against.
Oh, just scanning?
What? Yeah, man. Protoss Kid scans. It's in Heart of the Swarm. Check it out.
He's gonna scan with his drones and use his reavers to micro his dragoons.
And what's really important there is that he needs to use his Ghost to go ahead and storm on his Broodlords so that they'll upgrade into Ultra Wings. It's all in Heart of the Swarm, guys. Check it out. I promise. Anyhow, we've actually got a bunch of gateways dropping down now. For Kokotis going ahead and teching up 2-6 gates. And no Colossus tech, which is something I'm a little bit surprised. Oh, wait, sorry, there is Colossus tech. I just didn't scout it. There it is. So, okay, there's the Colossus tech. I was a little bit worried, just because Colossus are almost, like, you almost have to have them against a mid-game. Like, if you do a 2-base all-in or a 2-base timing attack as Terran, and you don't have the Colossus to hold it, that Bio Ball almost always can out-DPS your Gateway army. Dr. Nublet can probably back me up on that one. But if they have a Colossus or two out, that push normally gets thwarted. And, yeah, exactly. Colossus is a little bit late for the 10-minute push, exactly. So if you were making that 10-minute push, this Bio Ball, or the Bio Ball would probably be able to kill Kokotis' Gateway army. But it looks like Pentagon is going to go ahead and just get some defense up. Probably take a third, and yes, there is the third for him. And he's actually got one Marine at the third for Kokotis to make sure that he does not take his third too early than his first Colossus.
I feel like with this one Colossus, now we don't have any Vikings out quite yet, and I feel like we should start seeing them produce pretty soon because this one Colossus, even this one Colossus with external thermal lance, assuming that it's done by the time the Marines get here, which I would imagine it will be, assuming that he's going to chrono it out. He's going to chrono his actual upgrades instead. No, there it goes.
He's also chronoing them, yes.
Yeah.
And once again, another scan being used. He will see the Colossus, though.
with all that, I think that what he's going to do, oh, this is actually pretty nice. He's got a drop going to the main. He's going to try to pull some units back, and then going to try to cancel the third. This is very similar to what Shock was doing earlier, and it's just a really nice play, and we're going to see it try to go in. I want to watch this. It's going to be so good. Assuming that there's nothing there, and there is no defense, there's no stalkers in the back of the base, and that's something that...
He will have, I will say this, he will have the warp. He'll have his warp in. He'll have to take his whole army. This there will definitely...
Oh, now he's going to cancel the third. There's no way he can save the third.
Cancel it, and no cancel. So 400 minerals also, I just don't think he was paying attention.
Now the drop of the main.
Dropping the main happening at the same time. He needs to warp in. He needs to pull these probes. He's going to just lose more and more. There's the stim. Probes just now. About half of the army coming in. Another warp in behind the medvets.
This is actually really nice because he can lose all these units. No, he's just going to keep
and he's actually going to go straight into the main, or the national, excuse me. And third, oh my gosh, the third is denied. Pentagon with a freedom, and more drones will be killed here. Taking a look at the worst kill, 15.
Pick up and go home. He didn't lose his. Will he lose the medevac?
I don't think he will.
It's close.
It's going to live. Oh my gosh.
Closer than that, but that was murderous. He didn't lose a single unit at that engagement, and he took out how many workers overall? He's killed
15 workers, not to mention denying the third. Kokodas letting him know, good drop, good play all around. Honestly, Kokodas has one choice, in my opinion, and one choice only, and that is to counterattack right the hell now. Because as soon as these Vikings start really getting made in larger numbers, his entire army will just lose, and what's going to happen is Pentagon's going to max and then come and win. So if Kokodas doesn't attack right this second, he will probably be too behind to make anything else happen. He needs to try to deny this third, and that looks like exactly what he's going to do.
No, and this is going to be really, really important. This engagement is going to make or break Kokodas' game. One thing to note is that he's at 1-1. His opponent is also at 1-1. This is actually the best situation in terms of not in terms of the game, but in terms of upgrades for Protoss, because generally your Terran opponent will be a little ahead, but his Colossus are way behind. They're kind of glitching out on this.
And look at this, really mean supply block. And here's the Colossus. The Colossus are completely out of position. He's just going to focus them down. This is the worst engagement possible. Oh my god, a huge concave now. The Templars all dead.
He's going to have just a little too much, and the force fields are going to come in. Stalkers overpowering the army. Where's the rest of the units? They're just sitting back at base. Most of it's medevacs.
And just barely having enough units to actually make that push happen regardless of the Colossus. I was actually not sure that he was going to have enough to hold, but he just barely. This third will be denied. It will have to lift up. I don't even think it's going to get away, even with the repair. There's too much damage there from the Stalkers. Just focus the base, man. Alright, there he goes. And so Kokodas getting himself back into this game with that push. However, he absolutely do not attack here. This is an overextension.
With a lot of stalkers.
All of those stalkers will die. He's not going to be able to get any of them. Okay, 2 will escape, but the rest will die. Taking a look at the army tab, 37 to 54, 60 now. Like I said, he needed to go ahead and pull that back. He needed to be making another Colossus. He does have it in production, but the bad rally there hopefully will not cost that Colossus its life. And oh, it's sneaking out. Come on, catch your Colossus. Oh, that makes my heart beat, man.
He can. What I think the Pentagon needs to do, he still has a lot of medevacs. He still has some Vikings left over. He may have too many medevacs for the size army he has now. And it's worthy of noting that those medevacs were not involved in that engagement. A lot of them were not. At least
right.
Were not. And so the big thing here is that if he cancels his third and
wait, look at this. I think it's going to be a Doom drop.
Oh man,
it will indeed.
His defense now, it depends on where he comes into the base.
There are some cannons. He's going to go.
Vikings going to tank the damage.
Vikings tanking it, so no problem here. The army is close enough though.
But now can he get the right angle? He's going to snipe one.
Colossus goes down after only shooting one time. However,
this is a bad place for him to be. He needs to get out of here. Storms on everything.
Really good storm there. A lot of lost units there. What tech building was sniped there? Do you know?
Robotics facility. So he's actually, that's his only one. So he can't produce any more Colossus until he rebuilds it.
I will say that at this point, it might be a good idea to go ahead and tech switch to those Templar and not rely too heavily on the Colossus, but you still want about 3 or 4 of them in your army to just make that damage happen. I do want to point out as well, Kokodas has actually got this observer just chilling out right over the top of Pentagon's base. So good observer placement there. He's going to see a lot of that, but Shockfist is right. He needs to take out the third. Third for both players now is going to kind of bring this game back to even, but the supplies, huge discrepancy in the supplies.
More gateways going down for Kokoda so he can try to spend some of this money that he's floating in. But Pentagon, he wants to attack. He wants to fight right now. And honestly, the force that Kokoda has is not particularly scary. Does he have enough for Storms? He only has 3 Templar. He's going to have enough.
He's got
maybe
5 Templar. 5 Templar are actually in that army.
Where's the rest of that? Where are they?
I don't know, but I double-clicked one and 5 showed up.
There we go. There, you're right. Okay, so we'll have enough for probably maybe 3 storms by the time this engagement happens.
It looks like another drop is going to happen here. Always a good play, I feel like.
Going to draw the units back into the base, and this is a good move. It depends on how he splits this army apart. He's just going to drop right there. No, he's going to lose it.
He's going to pull his whole army. Do not pull your whole army. It's okay. He's going to go ahead and back one out. There. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this drop will get cleaned up. The rest of the army going for this, but this third base is going down in no time. Sniper, yes, Dr. Nubus is crying tears of Terran joy, and I'm actually crying Protoss tears of sadness right at this moment. That is literally the worst feeling in the world. That army is so fast, you can't do any damage to it.
And now, if you look at the main is mined out, just probe sitting, doing nothing, and it's forced an A move out of Kokodas. He has nothing else to do but go for it.
And that is the only thing that he can do. Taking a look at the army tab, it is 88 to 109. However, the tech probably falls just slightly into Kokodas' favor because only no ghosts, I don't think, are actually in this army. At 3 ghosts in production, but that is literally it.
The third is in danger. His own third is in danger.
And I don't know if he's actually going to be able to take this because his army is not... Oh my gosh, the High Templars! The High Templars are actually completely caught up. He's lost 1 already. Storm going down. 2 storms now.
Everything in that army.
The storms were pretty good. Another storm here. So the supplies rapidly...
He's doing nothing.
But there's another army in the top here. The Zealots are actually out of position. They're going to face that army and then land the Vikings. Now, it's so hard to say exactly who's going to come out on top. Both thirds.
Armies that were not part of his main army, Pentagon did. And now, I don't know who's going to win this fight. I feel like it's got to be the Terran.
It's got to be, but there good EMPs actually there, covering the majority of the Zealot. They can kite that all day long. There's really nothing. But I want you to take a look at this. Kokodas has a huge bank, 2,500 and 1,200. Whereas the Terran only has a few minerals, so he's still not out of this game yet. He needs to remake that third. That third should have been remade already. Pentagon actually had the extra orbital and will be able to begin macroing as soon as possible. And the main is actually almost completely mined out for Kokodas.
But he didn't kill the third of Pentagon, and so Pentagon, even though he doesn't have a lot of money now, he didn't lose a lot of SCVs, and he still has that third base mining. And now Kokodas has to wait. Nexus, it's such a long time for Nexus to come back up. The question will be, Pentagon needs more ghosts.
Listen, Dr. Newblet, I don't believe you. There's actually a warp prism.
Oh my god, the silly prism. I'm sorry.
No. I didn't know. So there was a prism, but it actually, I don't think it did anything.
Let's look at the worker kills. He has 27 worker kills, so it had to have done something, right?
I think it was just chilling. I think what happened is the battle got so intense and he started losing his High Templar that he forgot about it. But now he's actually going to go ahead and move it back in. Probably try to deny some of this gas.
Only two. And now, because he's basically out of money now.
Mm-hmm. He went ahead and blew all of his money on more infrastructure. And just look at these. Look at these drones. So many drones. Or probe. They're called probe. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Ace.
But look, now the Nexus is coming back up, but I feel like the fact that Pentagon still had that third base mining for such a long time, and this is kind of annoying, this Warp Prism, now it's dead.
Yeah,
and now it's gone. I have missed most of its life, but we shall appreciate it anyway. Pentagon is in a position where you can get a fourth base, and he still has not really had his production interrupted, but you can look, Kokodas has to wait for this economy to really kick in before he can start producing. And now, looking at the production tab, Kokodas can't do it, or is not doing anything. He should probably start warping in something now.
And Pentagon was able to just blast all of those mules into the third, which was a really good play. So it looks like another mules can oversaturate. That is indeed. I do believe that the fourth will be a big player here. Another nice drop coming out for Pentagon. He's really been keeping Kokodas off kilter all game because of these drops, and there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here to defend it.
He needs to choose a tech structure because getting these probes is not as important at this point.
It's just Marines and a single ghost down here. A cannon actually doing a lot of work. These 2 stalkers going to be doing the majority of the cleanup here. 2 more Zealots are in production.
There's not that much left now. Cody's moving out across the map. He's going to save this army, but how many High Templar are here? We have 8 High Templar that I can see, and 3 Archons behind it. He needs this Ghost. The EMPs are going to be so important. His entire army is bald.
There's only 2 Ghosts in the entire army. There's the first storm. Huge storm. Huge storm. Storm's covering the entire army. Both sides melting, though. There's not a...
no, but it's just
upgrade.
Barely being edged out by Pentagon's superior macro, but he needs to get that Colossus.
I think those storms were too little, too late. The Marauders were very good. He sat in the storms and still won. That was impressive. I think honestly it was just the amount of medevacs that he did, and it looks like the 4th for Kokotis is up, but it's a little too late. Plus, Pentagon has the 4th and it's completely saturated. He's spending all of that money. The supplies are starting to rapidly go once again into Pentagon's favor. Taking a look at the supplies and at the production tab, you can see just how one-sided this game is quickly becoming.
I think the Pentagon needs to deny this 4th though, because if there's one thing that this is proven is that these storms are doing a lot of damage. These are battles where Pentagon comes in with 30, 40, 50 supply leads and ends barely ahead until his production kicks in. So
what I would love to see is High Templar sniping these medvacs.
Go right over these. Oh, never mind.
He actually is not in range. There's the scan. He's got all of his army out. I don't think. Okay, the High Templars have not enough for Storm. Oh, great EMP. These stalkers are brought right into it. That's not going to be it. I don't know
what's going to happen. He's got it.
What a good EMP.
It's the probes.
There's
worth it.
So many probes. So many probes, and they're all going to die. Every single one of those probes will be almost assuredly killed. They have nowhere to go. This 4th will probably go down as well.
Got a lot of the probes. Yeah, I think that I think that the Nexus probably would have been after he got the first little couple, and then he didn't need to chase them anymore. But still, don't want to mince words. He's in a very, very, very good position. Welcome to the stream, Big Davey B. Well, that's not very nice, but whatever. I can't.
Your opinion is your own, and that's fine. I hope you're enjoying the casting.
But 176 to 84 supply. This game is pretty much all over. But the crying. Look at these cloaked ghosts gonna
see
everything in
huge EMPs. All the energy on those High Templars are now gone. Archon almost completely killed. EMPs everywhere. Shock this. This is why you need Ghosts. Dr. Nublet, this is why you need Ghosts, man. They're so good in these armies. The entire thing is just gonna move in, and I don't know what Kokotis can do at this point.
And now the army will evaporate. Now the only mining base is the 3rd, and there's a GG. Kokotis knew it was over. A really fun game to watch, and a nice example of this mid-level, mid to upper mid-level TVP.
So some really good games there.
I have to stop casting here for just a little bit because of the fact that I have to go check out of RA duty. So I'm going to leave the casting of this game up to McDominate alone. I'm going to leave my stream up and observe a little bit. And I'll still be on after for just a little longer, but I'll let McDominate have this one by himself.
Alright guys, so it looks like I'm going to be riding solo for this TVZ, excuse me. Thank you, Kokotis, for that reinforcement. We have CXAA in the chat as well as Basinus. Welcome guys, I hope you're enjoying the casting so far and the games. Feel free to hang out in the chat and talk to everybody there. It's a bunch of really nice guys. And we're going to go ahead and jump into this game. In the top right, as the Yellow Terran, we have Pentagon. He just barely was able to win that last game after edging out Kokotis in an awesome high platinum level. And he is 5-11 in the Obs with a 31.2% win rate there. And then we have Ace playing as the Purple Zerg in the bottom left. Of course, he is 17-10 in Obs with a 63.0% win rate. He's actually a Masters League player. He is quite good. We've been watching him play for quite a while now, for over the last couple of weeks, and it'll be interesting to see what Pentagon is able to do against him, because there's a little bit of a skill discrepancy here, Ace being a little bit higher up in that Masters League, and Pentagon will probably attempt to do, I think last time he did some good Hellion Harass and that kind of a thing, so we'll see exactly what he decides to do there. And yeah, we're just going to kind of be getting into this game. Of course, there's not a whole lot to talk about in the beginning, so guys, feel free to just chat it up and let me know about how your day was, how all the sandwiches were that you didn't get from me. I'm sorry. Once again, Florencio, one day I'm gonna get you that sandwich. One day when I'm famous and there's billions of people watching me and Alex casting MLG. You will come to it. I will fly you out there, and I will give you a sandwich. And you as well, Kokodas. I believe I owe you both sandwiches. Just getting a sip of water there, and we're just going to have, looks like the expansion first from Ace. Oh my gosh, the production tab once again. There we go, got it up there. So we've got the no spawning pool yet, just going to be the hatchery first. And we've got the barracks coming up here for Pentagon, and it looks like he actually, just barely. I thought he was going to actually kill that SCV. He's going to hunt it down. He smells the blood, and he wants it, and he's just going to go back to attack this next one. Shock this. Oh god. There's just going to be sandwiches all around my grave. That is what I want you to leave me on my deathbed. Just peanut butter, jelly, peanut butter, honey, peanut butter, and banana. I eat them all. Maybe some ham, maybe some turkey. Mix it up. I don't care. I'm dead. And then we've got the second supply depot. Is going to be going ahead and walling this off completely so that Ace can no longer get in there. Spawning pool now coming up about halfway done for Ace, just continuing to drone. There's the extractor, of course, so he can get that speed and be able to deny those Hellions a little bit better. And we'll see exactly what Pentagon decides to do. He's got this drone just now killed. I thought that drone was actually going to get another kill there, but he was not. And we'll probably, okay, we're actually going to be seeing, I missed this gas somehow or another. I think that's actually 2 SCVs that have 5 HP. Yes, it is. We got the factory coming up here, so it's not going to be an early expansion. He's going to be going straight into, I believe, either Hellions or maybe just the straight up 1-1-1. So we'll see what he decides to do here. No double gas, so it won't be cloaked Banshees, but this Overlord actually is going to scout this, I believe, unless he can get these couple of Marines over there before he gets to the factory. Ace, of course, is just content to macro up right now. 2 Queens in production. Coming up with that gas, as soon as he gets 100, we'll probably see that speed begin. And once again, this Overlord just going to be swinging around. Another supply depot so that you don't get supply block. Factory just now finishing up the reactor here on the barracks, so we'll probably see that lifted up and then slapped right down where this barracks was living before. Second refinery coming up, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some Banshee play out of this. There's the starport coming up, so here is the 1-1-1. Factory's going to go ahead and land. So this will be, of course, much earlier than the average, command center first or anything like that. It's just going to be these double Hellions right up early. 4 Lings coming out for Ace. He's gonna come up to this ramp, and he's gonna see this factory, and he's gonna absolutely have to, I believe, have to drop some spine crawlers to hold this off, because I don't think he'll actually have any more tech in time. Like, he won't have the roach tech. I guess he could drop the roach tech as soon as he scouts it, but we'll see exactly what he decides to do. This Overlord is actually going to try and get into base, but these 2 Marines were having none of it. Waiting for, looks like 4 Hellions before he does anything else, and he's actually going to put this down. See the Banshee coming out. There it is. We'll see whether or not he decides to do it with cloaking or not. I'm not 100% sure. And the Zergling here is just waiting for this move out, and here it is. He's going to see it, but it's going to probably take him by surprise. We'll see exactly what happens on the production end for Ace. So let's see what he decides to do. 6 more Lings in production. Another 2 Queens are coming up for defense. There's the scan, so there's the extra extractor. 14 Lings now in production. He's going to go ahead and just flood the map with Lings. Of course, the Banshee's going to be following this up. These Lings will all be killed immediately. Going to do a little bit of kiting. These Queens, I believe, will position themselves to stop any more of these Hellions from getting up into the main base. So a little bit of damage being done. 1 Hellion goes down. Pretty good engagement. Oh, and he's got him surrounded. Queens and Hellion's going to be completely taken out, and Ace knows it. He's just going to drone right back on up. Layer tech, 9 more drones in production. But I will say this, there's no evolution chamber. All he has are Queens for the anti-air, and here comes the Banshee. Now, like I said before, I don't think there's actually, there's no cloaking. Ace sees this Banshee tech, so he will be dropping the evolution chamber now. Go ahead and getting the double Evo. And where did that Banshee go? There it is, wrapping around. Only 1 Queen here to defend. Of course, he's got 3 more. He's going to go ahead and target that one down. But the Banshee will beat 1 Queen, but with the 2nd and 3rd and 4th coming up behind it, no way he's going to actually be able to do this. He probably will lose this Banshee. All 4 of them shooting. There it goes, and he loses the Banshee. And so there's no benefit really there. I think he was able to kill. Let's take a look. 4 workers, so definitely did not pay for itself. Another Banshee coming across the map. It actually will be scouted by this Zergling. Won't stop to take that vision on back, but that's okay. And so this Banshee's going to fly across and try to attack the same spot, but I don't think he's really going to meet much other than another bunch of Queens. Overseer coming out just in case that the cloak was researched, but of course it was not. And then Pentagon is just now getting up his orbital command at his natural. And we'll see exactly just how far behind he is. As you can see, the supplies in the lead for Ace, not doing anything with this Banshee. It will run in and immediately die. I think it killed one. Did it kill that queen? It may have killed that queen. It had one kill on it. It may have just been a drone. Sorry guys, I actually missed that just a little bit. And it looks like, are you heading out? Who's leaving? All right, bad luck. Take it easy, man. I'll see you later. Misclick from Pentagon. Super setting. Mindo keeping me informed it actually was a drone that he killed though. Later, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, I will probably be casting some more. So we've actually got this third hatchery up and running almost about halfway, a little over halfway done for Ace. Dakotas, welcome back, man. Good to see you here. And siege tanks are in production right now. Siege mode is complete. Infestation pit and upgrades coming up for Ace. So it looks like Ace will be going into the mid game with a lead. We'll take a look at the units. So 55 to 36. Yeah, about 20 drones in the lead there. That's going to be a pretty big deal, especially because he's got this other base. Ace Pentagon really needs a third. It might even just be worth it just to make it like right here, turn into an orbital, and just make 2 SCVs at a time to try to catch back up. But you know, it'll be hard to exactly see what he decides to do there. And we've actually got Mindo back, I believe. If you want to jump in and start casting.
I haven't left yet. I figured this game will last a little longer. I'm waiting until I have the last second before I have to leave because I wanted to watch the game.
Gotcha. He's just kind of sneaking in, guys. I guess I'll just keep doing the solo thing because he's about to have to run out of here and go check out. So we've got 3 barracks just kind of making them Marines, and we got 1 tech lab making Marauders. He's so dedicated. Medevac's on the way. 3 infestors on the way. Like I said, though, we got a couple spies at the third. It's going to be pretty well defended by that and the Queen, unless Pentagon decides to just do a full committal kind of army attack there. It's just kind of sieged up here, so he is happy to just kind of take this and turtle up a little bit. And of course, being only 1 base behind Zerg doesn't make you incredibly behind. But at this point, it's really the tech that's suffering. Like, he doesn't have a lot of production. He's only got 1 starport, 1 factory. Upgrades just now researching +1, whereas the Zerg already, as you can see, 1-1 already done. +2 is already on the way, so we've got Infestor Lane coming out. I will say there's a good scan. We've got to catch those Infestors, so he'll know that the Infestor tech is done, and we've actually got a move out now by Pentagon. Is he going to just load this up? I don't know. Actually, he's going to get caught. Everything is in view of this Overlord, so all of these Overlords, oh no, and the Ling's coming around to surround the rest of this. He's going to just be forced to drop. He's going to lose both of these tanks. I don't think the right decision was to stick around. I think he probably should have gone right into the main. And now look at this Infestor is going to go ahead and fungal all of this stuff. If he goes ahead and target fires the Infestors and Queens, it's not bad, but Transfuse Micro is pretty good. Both Queens will go down, but Cold Drop will get cleaned up, no problem. Not a lot really happening there. Ace continuing to show us his micro and is the good Overlord placement, stopping that drop in its tracks, and he is happy to just move out. Probably going to try to deny a third here, but there's actually no third coming. It's actually going to be here in the main, or the natural, I should say. So that won't be, yeah, he needs to go ahead and siege. If he actually wraps these around, is this going to be a multi-pronged attack? It will. Siege going to be coming up. Oh, it's just a little too late. The Germans are already on top of him. All he has is these couple of tanks and these Marines. Get out of here, betting window. I don't need to see you. All of these drones are under attack. These Marines doing a little bit of stair step, but I don't know what Pentagon can actually do to keep himself in this game. He's losing all of his SCVs. Take a look at the SCVs killed. 20 now, and these Marines are going to clean this up, but look at this. The Zerglings have gone ahead and snuck by. A couple of Marines are actually going to be able to cut that up. Mindu is actually slowing down the game because his computer can't handle it, man. Just can't handle the graphics. Can't handle the love that StarCraft is putting out on them. So we got 3 more factories total now. A couple of tech labs dropping on those, but I honestly don't know what Pentagon can really do to really stay in this game. There's a couple of Vikings over here hunting some Overlords. Not a bad decision, but they're actually just barely gonna get fungled, and they're actually gonna get chain fungled down here. He needs to try to move those out, and he will. Gonna be sniping some more Overlords, so a good play there just to kind of supply block and force 10 Overlords. Not bad. That's 1,000 minerals and just Overlords. So that's definitely not what he wanted to spend that money right there on, but I guess that's what you gotta do So Pentagon trying to get back into this game, trying to produce, but we actually have an Ultraless Cavern on the way. Always love seeing Ultras in ZBT, as well as the Carapace level 2, Adrenal Glands coming out, Burrow coming out, and just now getting 1-1 for the mech. So it looks like he is going to build 4s out of these. So we're going to have a Thor versus Ultraless, and it's going to be great if I know how to speak. I'm just barely hanging on to my ability to speak English. But upgrades slowly coming out now. 1-1 going to be done for the armor. We've got 1 armor for, let's see, so yeah, no armor for, what are these things called? Mech. It's just going to be 1-1 for, for the Marines and Marauders. So once again, there's about a 40 supply lead for Ace. 1 Thor coming out, some Marines coming out, a few more Marines being rallied down here. A couple of Hellions, not a bad play. And Pentagon is going to go ahead and transfer these over to his 3rd. If he can secure this 3rd and just kind of slowly build up this and kind of turtle up a little bit, he will still be able to possibly get himself back into this game if he can just kind of hold out long enough. He needs to try to deny this 3rd, definitely has to try to deny this 5th. If Ace is able to get 2 bases on him, there's just no way his macro will be able to keep up at all, and the Zerg will just be able to remax in no time. So Pentagon really needs to do something pretty serious here. These 2 Overlords, or excuse me, these 2 Vikings killing Overlords, 2 kills apiece, and they were able to kill 4 Overlords total. And it looks like Ace is just ready to move out with Ling and Fester. So Pentagon's going to try to do a little bit of multi-pronged aggression here. Got this medvac moving out, but it will be scouted once again, completely scouted by Ace. Ace sees it, and he's going to just kind of try to come right into the middle of this army. There's not enough siege. The Thors are going to be doing some pretty good damage, but these tanks are completely, oh my god, I'm just losing my train of thought because this battle is so crazy. He's going to get surrounded. The 3rd is now under attack. SCV's dying in all places. He just completely avoided attacking the army, and he's going to go ahead and go straight for the economy. Forced to lift here, and it looks like the Marines are coming back to attack this Thor, and we got some lag. Yeah. Okay, we're stabilizing there, but once again losing all of his SCVs. Just take a look at the workers killed. 44 workers killed for Ace in this game. Ling's so OP indeed. They're so easy to just sneak in. Grizzly, of course, was not able to get up in time. More SCVs going down, up to 60, 63 workers killed. More dying here. Shock is calling the GG. I might be right there with you, man. There's just, I don't think he has any workers up. 72 workers killed. He has 4 SCVs remaining to the, oh my god, there's just so much that he's going into, and oh my god, Ultraless on the field, Infestors on the field, 8 SCVs remain. He's got only this little paltry army left. He's going to try to siege up and move out, but I don't even think he's seen his Ultraless yet, and they're going to just charge right into this. Okay, he will actually wait, probably going to try to wrap around and deny this 3rd once again. Pentagon has to know that this game is no longer really winnable, but he's going to give it his all. These Ultralists are just going to march right up into this army. He's going to try to kite as best he can. Nobody is attacking the Thor. I thought he was going to take some down. A little bit of a split, but there's the GG. Just nothing left for him to do. Oh, man.